Fucking hell.
Sorry, should I just warn you about that?
A fucking little bit. We do this every week, though, because, like, you say, I've done a script and we're filming a podcast, and then literally all the cameras get set up, and then someone shouts, Jay, do your intro. What intro? what intro are we going on about?
Introduce it. What is this?
Episode 3 of our podcast.
And
the
what
production.
is our podcast?
We haven't given it a name either.
What even is our podcast called?
We haven't given it a name.
What did you say?
But it is,
Episode
it's
3
called
Phoenix podcast.
Phoenix Gyms.
Episode 3.
So go, like...
Hi, welcome to episode 3 of the Phoenix Gyms podcast.
There you go, did it?
That's not fucking hard, is it?
There you go, you did it.
Right, I think Trev should do the intro. Off you go.
Oh, for goodness sake.
There you go. See, now you're seeing how difficult it can be. It's not easy being the front man, is it? Hi, guys.
Are we doing it?
Yeah, mate, we've been recording this entire time.
Oh, okay. Hi, welcome to episode 3 of the Phoenix Gyms podcast.
What's happened since we last filmed in the gym? So with the renovations.
Spent a fortune, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we spent loads.
Spent a lot of money.
Spent a lot of money.
On what?
Cried about it a bit.
On what?
Should we? Do we list them
Yeah,
off?
go on. Yeah, go on.
All right, fair enough. Pendulum squat.
Yeah.
Bicep curl.
Tricep.
With the tricep, it's a dually. Lateral raise. Lying hamstring curl. Incline fly.
Yeah.
Calf raise machine.
Yeah.
The incline fly is special. That is
nice.
really good. Rear kick, but it hasn't arrived yet.
No. Cable machine and the...
2 more cable machines.
Yeah.
I think that's shillot.
I think that's your lot.
Did you say about the new vending machine?
No, we've got a new vending machine, but it's not up and running yet.
No, we should have had an engineer in to do that on Thursday or Friday, but they didn't turn up. Well, a lot of people just don't turn up. But as soon as that's up and running, we'll have a vending machine with mainly drinks and stuff like that.
It's a Bevy Max, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
it's
the
a
other
Bevy
one's
Max.
a Snacky Max,
It is indeed.
which
yeah.
we've used for Bevs.
Yeah.
And this one's a Bevy Max.
So I have one for like protein shakes and
Yeah.
pre-workout shots and things like that, and the other one for water, energy drinks, all that sort of stuff.
All of your training needs.
Yeah. It means that we don't have to keep filling the bloody things up as well. So that
Yeah.
that's a pain in the ass.
And who was the lovely man that came into the gym the other day with a special job to do with lighting?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We're talking about... Yeah, all right.
Give a little sneak peek.
I think someone asked us this, didn't they? On the Instagram. Are you having an upgrade to your lighting?
Maybe.
Yeah. It's not secret. You either asked it or you didn't.
Maybe not.
Yeah, so we've got a company that have come in. They're professional lighting engineers, and we are going to be getting rid of all of the overhead lighting. We're intending to get rid of all of the overhead lighting. The LED BP garage light that we've got going around the gym at the moment, looking to do away with that, and essentially just go for a whole new look and feel with it. So it's, still got LEDs, still very moody, kind of, a bit more of an atmosphere. But they're designing it. They know more about lighting than me or him, so they're coming in. We're just waiting for the design, aren't we?
And the price.
Price is fine. Design is what we're waiting for.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be good. It's kind of the last step really on that bit.
That and the graphics. I mean, the gym, from a functionality perspective alone, the gym I would say is fairly close to where I want it to be at the moment.
Yeah.
That's in terms of the equipment, the facilities that are available to people, so on and so forth. In terms of look and feel, not even close. We're not close yet. Carpet's been changed, great. Bit of the redecorating's been done, great. But it won't come alive until that lighting's right and the graphics have been put in. Because that's what will give it its individual feel.
Yeah, and we've got to finish off the things that we've started as well. So we've got that join zone to finish. What else we've got to finish? Kind of a few bits and pieces around the gym, nothing major. And then,
but it will make... We do this every time, don't we? We sit there and we go, oh, okay, we've got 3 or 4 kind of little jobs left to do. In reality, those little things will make a world of difference to the gym.
Yeah, they really do.
I mean, I said it to you the other week when we were training, it's sort of 50% to where I want it to be. Not the whole gym. We're not talking about the back of the gym or anything like that. Just this bit that we're working on. say we're about 50% of the way there, but the kit was a huge leap forward. And it was nice to see how positive everybody was.
Yeah, it was
People
good.
were like kids just running around trying different pieces of equipment, and it's been super positive. So no, look, it was humbling for us to see everybody enjoy it so much.
Yeah, I've not had the opportunity to try a lot of it yet. I just kind of played with it, but not done a proper workout. Looking
It's
forward to
good. The incline fly is special.
that. Yeah, I like that.
Really special.
Yeah, when that was delivered, I had a quick go of it. It was good. Yeah, I mean, the pendulum squat is like a beast.
Yeah, it is.
It's a beast of a bit of kit, but it's a great bit of kit.
And there will be some content coming with the new kit and some of our old kit where I'm fairly confident people know how to use it. That's certainly not what we're suggesting. We're not going to be one of those gyms who serves you up how to do a deadlift.
No. maybe that's important for people, but I'd say rather than doing that on videos and stuff like that, you can go watch YouTube.
There's a special...
But we could run sort of, kind of sessions for people.
But the point I'm making is we've got people in the gym, like Abs,
exactly,
like Chris, like myself, who have got some experience in this stuff and can show people how to use this equipment in a way where they'll get the most out of it.
Yeah.
Only today, the new back machine that's come in, that's an enigma for everybody.
Oh, I forgot to mention the
Oh, yeah,
machine.
the incline row, yeah. Yeah, and that's an enigma for everyone because it's not a piece of kit. I think we were talking the other day, it's got like 4 gyms in the UK have got one. It's a pretty rare piece of kit.
Yeah, I like that.
If used properly, because it's not a seated row. And I see so many people getting on it, whacking their feet in a position and just rowing. It's not a seated row. It can be used to do a multitude of different things. If shown how to use it, you'll see that there's huge benefit in it. If you just use it as a seated row, you'll go, it's just a plain seated row.
Yeah.
So we're going to get Abs to shoot some videos where you guys can see him using the kit, give yourself some ideas for your own training, stuff like that. So yeah, there's
what
that.
did Ian tell us about it today that you can do on air?
Oh, rear delt. Yeah, there you go. So even one I didn't know, he was doing his rear delts on it, and actually, because you can sit down, you can put your feet in a position, you can load up your rear delts.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
And for face pulls, you can't load face pulls up very often, but you can load face pull. That's brilliant. That so yeah, cool.
And with the warmer weather coming our way, what's the situation with the air conditioning?
All aircon units have been fixed, except one, which we're waiting to get an engineering report on. But in kind of in terms of the ambience of the gym, there you go. The ambience of the gym.
Who gave you word of the day toilet paper?
The feel of the gym, in terms of the feel of the gym, the comfort of it. Yeah, it should be pretty good now. There shouldn't be any kind of major issues.
It's still a little.
We need that unit doing down near the freeway area because that's kind of.
It's high traffic area.
But everywhere else should be sound.
Yeah, look, it's significantly better than it was a few weeks ago. We are dealing with a very old air conditioning system, and it's had its challenges, but it's been repaired. We've spent a chunk of change on it, getting it fixed.
Repaired, serviced, new filters.
It's just that one unit, and unfortunately, when you've got an air conditioning unit that's got one unit out, that will impact the effectiveness of the whole system.
Yeah, it should be all right though. Nobody should notice it. It's just down right. If you go right down into the far corner of the gym, you might.
But they'll comment on this because they are noticing it. All well and good us saying you don't notice it. We train today. You do down the end of that gym.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Down there, you might notice it.
Yeah. So we are. The point is, we're aware of it. We're dealing with it. We've almost fixed it. We're just waiting for that last unit.
And you guys touched on it because you were feeling it from the members in the gym with the new equipment. But I've actually got some comments from members about the equipment.
So not questions.
Not questions at the minute.
Cool.
So I'm going to insert little screenshots of their comments onto the screen, but I'm going to read some to you guys as well because I think it's nice for you guys to hear something from the members.
Okay.
Because you don't always get to hear it all the time. So sometimes these are the members that come in at different hours of the day. So, no, you don't. You've just got some different members that you don't necessarily get to see, guys that come in really, really early in the morning, and they've left us some comments. Okay. So, there are a few, so I'm just going to rattle through them. If you want me to stop, just say. So the first one was, so happy, never been at a gym that's so proactive and listens to the members like yours. Next one is, I love the new machines. This one was an interesting one. So this was on the first day after you guys had put the equipment in. There were far too many people for 7 to 8 p.m. Need to get used to the new layout as well.
That was always going to happen. I mean, we shut for...
Yeah, that day.
That day was tough because we shut for...
Well, explain why.
Yeah,
early in the day.
So our intention was to be closed from about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock until about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then... right as we were about to get our delivery for our equipment, Swansgate had a fire drill. So nothing could even get on for about an hour and a half.
Yeah, which put us back a lot.
Which meant our delivery driver couldn't even get to the building and unload, which put the install team back and everything cascaded off of the back of that. So we didn't open up until about 3.
3 o'clock, yeah.
And the guy still had 1 or 2 bits of kit to install even then, but we said we can't keep it shut any longer than we already have done. So everybody's training period was squeezed between the hour of 3 in the afternoon and, kind of 10 o'clock at night. So it was a tough day that day. So we appreciate people's patience. And it was heaving in the gym between 5 and 7. So yeah, apologise. And yes, there is a new layout. The layout is, it's been done on purpose. It's done to make the most use out of the space. I stood in the gym, 2-3 days ago, was watching a couple of guys use one of the cable flies, asked them the question, is that a little bit too close to the machine in front? I think the answer was, we can make do, but we could see it was a little bit too close. And we moved a load of stuff around. So again, we will listen to you guys and we will pay attention to what... Because we only ever have theory. When you lay this stuff out, I mean, I did a board on 2 massive bits of card and it was all of the machines cut out and we were sliding them around and they're all to scale and that's all theory. Until you get it in the gym, you have no idea. But
so never quite the size that you think they are.
No, and the reality of the space that people need to use each piece of equipment, the kind of comfortable space that you need so that you don't feel like you've got people on top of you. Yeah, we've tried to be quite conscious of that, but we won't always get it spot on, so your guys' feedback on stuff like that is important because you're the ones using it. He's not, let's be honest. Oh yeah.
What? Cheeky sod.
Let's move on to another comment.
Go on then.
New equipment has taken the gym up a level, leaving others in the shade. Yeah. All the new equipment is good. We've had one member that's just said one word. Good.
Good.
Good's good enough for me.
I love all of the new equipment. Still a lot of people waiting to use the flat bench though.
Yeah, look, we know we'll get some more weights as well. We get some more plates for the machine. So we do know that we're probably suboptimal on the number of plates that we've got. So we'll probably get another, I don't know, anything between 150 to 300 kilos of weights that we'll scatter around. I mean, it's interesting. We'll get them. We'll put them out. It would be nice if people could put them back again. but maybe that's asking too much.
Possibly. In terms of the flat bench,
for the flat bench, we need an Olympic flat bench.
Second one, basically.
Yeah, so...
There is a conversation taking place. I tell you what, Lauren, a poll will go up on the Instagram in the next couple of days.
We can also do a poll on here as well.
Okay, so we can do a poll on this where people can tell us.
One eternity later.
Because you're looking at me like
confused me now because it's...
Okay, so the options are...
We've got one flat bench, one decline, one incline.
Yes, at the moment, right? So there you go. One flat, one incline, one decline, right? So either we take away the decline and add a flat, keep the decline and
just
add a flat, right? Or keep the flat, the original flat, remove the decline and replace it with a flat and get another flat. So you end up with 3 flats.
Along with the incline as well.
Along with the incline.
Yeah, okay, so 2 additional flat benches.
2 additional flat benches.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
So they're kind of... Lauren will put it into a poll. I've absolutely butchered how he fucking explained that, to be fair.
It's pretty straightforward, mate.
Don't worry about it. There's options available. And again, it's down to the members what we go in and do with that.
There's a space limitation. There's a real issue of space.
Now,
it's fitting it all in. So something has to give.
I think we were going to come on to that, which is, we've probably maximised just about the space that we've got available to us. Minus 1 or 2 little things.
Yeah, there's not a lot more we can do.
Obviously, the elephant in the room is what we intend to go and do out the back. We aren't going to talk about that at all.
That's
right? And that it's all going to remain a secret now until it's done. And literally until we open it, we aren't going to talk about it at all. So people coming up and asking me, when are you doing the back? I'm not allowed to talk about it anymore. I've been told no. So it's a complete secret. But there is stuff to come and there is stuff to be excited about, but just hold fire and be patient.
Another comment then. Absolutely love the support from the owners on how to use the new equipment. Love it.
Yeah. That was me and you wandering around the gym, looking at the equipment that we just installed and then watching people.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice to be able to... We don't get to spend enough time out on the gym floor sometimes talking to people, so it was nice to be out there and help people use it. And because a lot of the stuff, I mean, people hadn't even seen before in gyms.
I think it's good quality gear as well. Pleased with it.
Yeah, I am as well. But I enjoyed being able to be out there and talk to people.
And the guys did a good job of the install. We've got a couple of things that need rectifying. Want the cable on the arm, the bicep tricep, and it's replacing, and the glute kickback and is delivering. That'll probably be.
What's that got to do with people enjoying us showing them how to use the equipment?
Well, because there's more equipment to show them how to use.
There's one rear kick.
Oh, don't
Tangent.
Don't piss on my parade. But that'll be probably end of this month, I think.
What, the rear kick?
Yeah.
That long?
Yeah.
End of June?
Yeah.
Is it on that big a delay?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not saying it for the fun of it.
I thought it was on like a 1 to 2 day.
No. End of June.
Jesus. Alright, fair enough.
June. It didn't have any
Anyone I told it'll be there next week too, sorry.
Yeah. End of June.
Go on, carry on.
I think it's a very good layout and love how you are pumping money back into the gym and making it better. The gym just upgraded. Got to say it's the best in Europe.
I'm going to have to disagree with him on that.
Pumping money back into the gym. That's a connotation of there's money coming. No, let me set some things straight. No.
It was just hemorrhaging. We're all right. We're doing fine.
Yeah, best in Europe.
I ain't going anywhere near that.
Well, there's an aspiration to be. I mean,
absolutely,
we don't aspire. But what a cool thing to have a world-class gym in Wellingborough.
Look, the aspiration is to have a world-class gym. Look, best in Europe, best in the world. That'll always be objective. Subjective. Nailed it. Well done. Fucking late on a Sunday, isn't it? It'll always be subjective, and we'll have people's opinions. Which is what subjective means. Do you know what? I'm fucking leaving you to this, mate. I'll see you later. No, it's
18 years of education that went down the fucking toilet, didn't it?
Yeah. People always have their opinions on that.
Of course they will.
But as you say, to have a world class gym, which is the intention here, to have a world class gym in Wellingborough is pretty fucking cool, and that's what we aim for.
Yeah,
so
we're not going to stop investing in it.
But the fact that he thinks or she thinks that we're the best in Europe, that'll do for me. Don't. Yeah, cool. Moving on.
Well,
I'm up with this stuff.
I was. Do you know what you said? You said what was in my head, so I'm glad that you said it.
Just filled out, mate. That's dodgy ground.
It's easier just to say they, because then you won't offend anyone.
Okay.
They. Well done, guys. Absolutely brilliant pieces. My training got better by far. Smashed it. Went into train legs. Came out with an arm and delt pump too.
That's a proper gym bro session, that, isn't it?
Is that Ian?
Cheeky
that was Ian.
Was it? Oh, by the way, Ian, if you're watching this, could you take the camera to your missus and I personally will tell her that I apologise for the fact that you've spent all fucking week in the gym training and I'm not even sure you've been home. Like, he came in the other day, he came in first thing in the morning, he trained legs. About 2 hours later, he brought his daughter in to show her where dad goes every day. Yeah. And then he come in later to do shoulders.
Good lad.
Yeah. So, if you're Ian's missus, I apologise.
And then last comment that I've got is, the gym playlist seems new. True or not, I like it better for some reason.
Yeah, we shouldn't let fucking Chris do it. No, I'm sure. Yeah. No, we've look, me, Chris, and Abs, all in our 30s, all trying to figure out what is it that people want to listen to. We settled on Abs's playlist until our painter and decorator, who had spent about 8 or 9 hours a day in our gym, which we don't, right, said to me, mate, I don't know how old I am now, but I've heard it's your birthday about 40 times today. I don't know if I missed something or what. He had a lot of 50 Cent on that playlist, so we got my younger sister in, Mia, to do it, and now it's way
And
better.
she removed all of Chris's Mumford and Sons, didn't she?
Yeah.
All the stuff that he likes to go to sleep to.
And Dad's Carlos Santana and all that gone.
What?
Gone. So
Don't
now
remove
it's younger
Santana.
and more vibrant and a bit more in line with the brand. So we got Mia in to help with that, and we've stopped the 30-year-olds and the 50-year-olds doing the music playlist. So.
And she's doing a really good job though, isn't she? Because
She
she's
is.
adding music in every single week when new music
All
gets released
sound
as well.
systems. So there is an intention to
What?
change the sound system.
Is there?
There is. We can't fucking stay with what we got.
Yeah,
You can't get it above 40. Listen, I've been looking into them.
we'll sort of...
We're going to change the sound system to something that... Because look, where we are, we don't really have much of a sound limit. You know, we can make it quite an atmosphere in there at times when we want it to be. Friday nights, Saturday nights. There's things we want to do in there. We can't do it with the sound system we've got at the moment. So look, we'll change that.
Next one is members' questions.
Oh,
Okay. Some of these are quite in depth, so just be prepared for them.
Jeez.
Have you thought about installing an assisted pull-up dips machine or resistance bands? And may I just add that this was delightfully commented on our section where we were asking for feedback on the new equipment.
Harsh. Here's something you didn't order. No, we did. We did have every intention of getting one. It was on our list. We don't have the space for it at the moment. And that's, So will we one day? Yes. Right now, we just don't have the room for it.
It got binned for the row
Yes.
because people that genuinely get more benefit out of that than they will an assisted
Again,
chin-up
we
dip.
put as much to vote as we possibly could. We may not agree with every decision that was made, but democracy is democracy. Can't argue with it. But yes, there are, of course, there are bits of equipment in there, or there are things that are missing at the moment where you would go, oh, okay, it'd be cool to have that. It'd be cool. We do it all the time. We spend half our lives looking online and going, oh my God, have you seen this new cool thing that you can buy? The reason for doing what we want to go and do next is so that we can have that. So just be patient. But the answer for the time being is, we'll just cover it off now. Punch bags.
No.
Not going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, we ain't turning into an MMA gym.
There is an MMA gym opening up down the road from us,
Yeah.
which is all combat. Listen, they're opening up where Bodyworks used to be.
Yeah.
They're, very similar to what BST are in Northampton. We would like to, we'll support them as they will support us. We've already spoken to them a couple of times. I don't want to tread on the toes of what they're going to do as a business. And we have to be what we want to be. We're a gym. And too many times now have I gone into that studio and there's been, one or two kind of women or guys around the corner doing kind of traditional workouts. But they feel like they're pushed into a corner because there's two blokes in the middle of the gym kicking fuck out of each other. So we're aware of it and we're cracking down on it. It isn't what we want in our gym. It's not what we are.
Doing a little bit of pad work.
A little bit.
Cool. Yeah, but we're not having people rolling,
Box
doing
fit,
BJJ in the middle of the
box
studio.
fit, because you and your friends are doing a bit of pads and
it's
and
cool.
a bit of fitness and a bit of a circuit, and some of that's got great, no issue. At the moment, we've got a little bit of an epidemic of people just doing straight BJJ rolls in the centre of the yard, and it's not what the gym's for, and it's not right, and it does make people feel uncomfortable. And as much as we are a real gym for real people, and kind of the gym's not somewhere where you're always going to feel comfortable, and we're quite big believers in that, there is a limit. And two blokes, I was in there doing goblet squats the other day, and I've just got two blokes behind me just kicking pads, and I've trained at BST for years, I've been around it, but even I'm like, it's a bit much, mate. Like, I'm just sitting there trying to work out, so yeah, it's not right.
You just feel conscious that they're going to potentially, that they've got control, but at the same time it feels like they don't, because it's so fast paced that you feel like they're going to collide into you. So you're down there at the bottom of your squat and you're like, oh my gosh, they're going to land on top of me.
But there's a very real issue of, actually, we don't have the insurances for that.
Oh yeah, there is that as well. It's
So
not
that's not something that I said that we would do. So
there is a guy that comes in with his son, and there's a woman that comes in with her daughter as well. I'm okay with that because the stuff they're doing is low impact, mainly aimed at fitness.
Technique, all that sort of stuff.
No problem. It's the guys that are full on, full contact launching pads and stuff like that. It's not right. It's not right for our gym. And look, for those members that are doing it, sorry, look, there is something nearby that's opening up for you that will be suitable for you. And for those of you who are listening to this that are a bit fed up with seeing it all the time, just be aware that we're cracking down on it and we'll deal with it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Why are you so strict on the 16+ rule?
Oh yeah, I replied to this chap individually on the Instagram just because I wanted to give them a proper answer, but I'll answer it here as well. Very simple, public liability insurance. We are only insured to have people to the age of 16. Anyone younger, you're not insured to be on the premises. If you get injured, it would be a mess. So yeah, it's as simple as that. But we have some, if you are, we have a lot of people that come to our gym that are sort of 16 to 18, right? We are in contact with the head teachers at the local schools, with some of the teachers, with some of the other teachers there. And we have agreements, if we have trouble in the gym, we can speak to the school. We've obviously got the CCTV, we've got people's names, we'll pass them on to the school if we feel like people aren't being respectful. But all we would ask is that the gym isn't used as a youth club. If we have got groups of 4 or 5 people training and it's taking up large spaces, the staff have been instructed to break those groups up. If you are going to come and train in, look, groups of 2s and 3s, no problem. When there's groups of 6, 7, 8, 9 lads stood around, look, we're going to come along and break it up because it's not a youth club. That's not what we're here for. There's guys around that have had long days at work that have come in that want to get their session done, and they're not here to have, 9 lads stood next to them, who want to do 30, 40 sets on the bench press. It's not right. We should be being more respectful of people than that. So again, a lot more management of that sort of stuff coming into effect. But yeah, the 16 rule, very simple, just public liability insurance.
You're far more politically correct about that stuff than I would be.
I have to be.
I know you do. I know you do. But you're right, to re-emphasise, we're not a fucking youth club.
No, we're not.
If you want to come and train, come train. If you're serious about your training, yeah, come to the gym.
I
and
make
train.
the same point.
But this situation that sometimes we get, which is people sitting around hogging machines or doing kind of endless set after set after set because they all want to do bench presses, like that can't carry on. And it doesn't matter how much equipment we get. Yeah, it's like we're not running a youth club. If you want to train. And I would say it's a privilege for people. If you're under 18, think of it as a privilege because at some point we might say no more.
Well, we've had the conversation with the school, and I'll say the same thing here that I've said to the head teacher. That I think it's hugely valuable that we offer the service in a gym that's got the facilities that we've got, the equipment that we've got. There aren't many areas that have got gyms like that will allow people under the age of 18 to train. But I think it's hugely valuable that people between the ages of 16 and 18 do come and train. It's far more constructive that they're in here doing that than off doing other things.
Yeah, but 100%. It's a privilege.
But 100%. It costs us more in our public liability insurance to have people under the age of 18. And we do get plenty of members who go, come on, like just up it to 18 and so on and so forth. We don't want to do that. So all we ask, and I say this to the kids that I meet in the gym, work with me on this. I don't, we had a situation last year where a load of kids come in our studio, a few of which were members, trashed the studio, broke all the ceiling tiles, cost us a load of money. And we do look at ourselves and go, well, hang on, we're paying extra in public liability insurance to allow these people to come in. We're engaging with the schools to make sure that these kids have got an environment that's safe, that they can come and train in. And my thanks for it is I get my ceiling kicked in. It just felt like a bit much at the time. Now we've stuck with it because we're not thin-skinned. We know that, in every demographic there's people that will mess about. But all we ask is that those people work with us and don't make those around you who are coming in and training's life more difficult than it needs to be.
Yeah.
Would you ever see this gym setting up lifting competitions between other gyms around?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about it. I've had a conversation with a couple of local gyms. We have the intentions for something called Cage Warriors, which is slightly changing because of the removal of the cage, because that was kind of what it was all built around. But there is something that is in the work that me and Abs have talked about in great detail. Dad's been involved in, where we'll have almost a once a month in-club meet, if you want to call it that, powerlifting meet. And then we can branch out to other gyms because there's other gyms that are doing this. And yeah, absolutely. When we're Phoenix, that's something that for those who are interested in it, we will have. But I ain't going to say any more than that at the moment because it's not all worked out.
Yeah.
Can you create a floor plan of where the equipment is?
Well, I don't need to because you spent all week doing one.
And when are we going to release it?
I don't know, mate. Have you finished it?
I have.
Have you?
I emailed it to you.
Yeah,
Did
cool.
you?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
I don't read my
It's cool.
emails. If it comes through and it says Lauren Johns, just assume it's something like a bill or something like that. No, yeah. So
Cool.
I guess release it this week. Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as.
Are you going to get more lockers in the changing rooms, especially in the men's? Quite tight at the moment. Space for more.
Well, it has to be yes, but not right now.
So we've still got the women's and the disabled toilets to do, which you are taking the lead on. Again, we won't go into details on it. It's in the pipeline. Once all of that's done, these are things where, if we were to look at mine and Dad's list of things where we go, right, absolute key is lighting, external signage, internal signage, finishing the floor, all that sort of stuff is obviously new safety signage has to be done before the 25th, before we relaunch. Then you've kind of got your nice to haves, there's some things we want to do with the water fountains and stuff like all that sort of stuff. Then you've kind of got a tier under once the 25th has passed, where we go, right, these are things where we would go, we've done well, maybe we can go in and improve. We think about like black sinks in the men's toilets, right? We want to get black sinks that are taller so you don't get water all over the sides, little things like that. They're on a list, 100%, they're things we're going to get to. I would say more lockers is on that list. It's not something we're at yet.
I don't think we've ever had a situation though where we've run out of lockers.
No, again, it's
more about
when we
the
talk
space
about
around it.
Yeah, when we talk about, and I understand what Ian's saying.
Yeah.
I don't want to be getting changed on top of another geezer at all.
Well,
that's my fiance over there.
Some people might.
Well, some people might, but
each their own.
Can we have the next question, please?
Are you going to have more spin classes and other classes?
Yes.
Is that it?
So Abs is the one working on this with me.
Our head of fitness.
Me and Abs will do a podcast before the 25th. There's a few things coming out before the 25th. Obviously, the only content people are getting at the moment are me and the bald one sat next to each other, talking about the refurb, because we want to keep people informed and it's a good opportunity for you guys to engage with us. But moving forward, there are 3 or 4 kind of longer form content things that we'll be doing that don't just involve me and Dad sitting down talking at a camera. So classes and all that sort of stuff, 100%. We're working hard on it in the background. It's coming.
Are the branded dumbbells going to go because of the rebranding?
No.
Will you get a juice bar soon that refills cups?
No, mate, no, because this isn't Miami and I'm not Kim Kardashian. No, it's... Why would you want a juice bar? Like, I don't...
Sorry, a juice bar that refills cups?
So it's basically...
People not capable of filling a cup now.
I kind of get...
They buy a cup and then the cup... So once they've got that cup, they can basically go up and get...
See what I did find? I was on the internet last night. I'm not going to get it up. Can't be
I can
asked.
find lots of things on the internet,
mate.
mate, most of which you can't publish on it. But what's that? What? No is the answer.
There are these like vending machine things where they're like, you'd have like 3 of them, right? So you'd have like, here's, one vending machine, 2, 3. So you know how 3s work. Fucking have a day off. You know when you're thinking, do you just talk shit?
Yeah, I don't
Only when you're on camera do you realise how bad that can be at times.
So
you'd have like a
£5.
You'd have like a £5 vending machine, so everything in it's a £5. Not one £5 gets you everything, but each item's £5. Then a £10 one, then a £15 one, right? And it's like, and they advertise it as like, it's like your fridge at home. So you just tap your card.
Have you seen my fridge?
What have you got in your fridge that's £15?
No. Just not specifically.
Tap your card.
So you tap your card, deducts a £5, open it up, you can take one thing out of the vending machine. It's got sensors in it, so it knows once you've taken one thing, right? I'm not 100% sure how this works, but I have asked for a demo because it looks awesome.
But what's it got to do with a juice bar?
Nothing, it's just a different vending idea that I'd had. Well, not that I'd had, that someone else had had.
Can't get the existing vending machines working yet because companies like that.
Because the company that you're using are shit. That's why.
I just like to leave the vending
juice
machines
bars.
outside.
No, we've already had it up there.
Might do a coffee machine though.
Might do a
Decent
coffee
one.
machine, maybe.
It's got to be a decent one because
We were looking. We were having conversations with Starbucks not long ago, weren't we? And we might.
But there are work to do business with, so.
Mate, they act like it's a privilege to do business with them. That's the thing. That's what fucking
But Starbucks or Costa or
so
it's got to be decent stuff.
So when we might renew those conversations, but from a vending perspective, look, we're a 24-hour gym. Everything's got to be self-serve, automated.
Yeah.
So if people are expecting us to open up a juice bar where we've got Abs stood behind it in a pinny, and little chef's hat on, dishing out juices, then probably not, right?
Oh, me and a pinny. Can you imagine?
Could you imagine? Jeez, you wouldn't have to wear a hairnet though, would you?
That's so mean.
He's such an arse.
We're going to move on to the next question.
You properly,
before we say
you
something
love
else.
working with me though, didn't you? You love it. When you went, I know I'm going to go into business with that dickhead
Right,
over
okay,
there.
boys.
Sorry.
Will you get a landmine attachment?
Yes.
When?
I just thought, is it inappropriate to say that there's a reason for condoms? And you're it. Maybe.
How can you say that when he's your son?
But that's the joke.
That's
the
the
joke
joke.
doesn't work if I'm just some random bloke, does it?
What was that? What was the question?
Can we get a landmine attachment? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Other gyms.
When? We'll order it after the podcast, mate.
Cool.
That's how much we listen to our members, you see. You want, you get.
Other gyms offer bring a friend or buddy passes. And we've had an example of someone somewhere offers 4 times a month. Is this in the plans for you guys?
You show me a gym that offers out 4 guest passes a month and I'll show you a shit gym.
Yeah, also the gym that's going past as well.
Yeah, exactly.
'Cause how can you do 4 guest passes
Mental.
a month?
Mental.
That's if every member did a guest a month, that would be an additional 2,000 members.
And I think people
Every
get this
month.
twisted.
So
What
you
amazes
double
me
the
with
size
this
of the gym.
conversation, what amazes me with this conversation is I think people get it twisted and think, well, that's you not wanting like that, like you're money hungry and stuff. Hang on,
It's the opposite.
no better marketing tactic would I have than to get you guys to bring me 4 people a month, right? Because as part of security, I have to say email addresses and phone numbers and all that sort of. No better marketing technique would I have. The reason for not doing it, the reason for coming right back on day passes is because we have said that the absolute priority should be those that are paying us $24.99 a month,
100%.
paying for the gym and should get that experience. They shouldn't be waiting 30 minutes to go on a bench press because this geezer's brought 4 of his friends along.
Yeah.
Not a chance. 1 guest pass a month is the max we will ever do. Never any more than that. Yeah. If you're going to a gym that offers you 4 guest passes a month, they're probably going bust.
Unless they're ginger.
What?
Haven't you heard the joke? Might have to edit this out. Unless they're ginger.
What the fuck has then me and Ginger got to do with anything?
Well, how does a ginger high five a friend? Claps.
It's himself!
I have to edit that out.
Dad joke of the week.
I wouldn't edit it out, keep it in, it's funny. Oh shit.
Oh,
I'm
go on
not
then.
being held responsible for what comes back.
Yeah, whatever.
What's the current aim towards Phoenix gyms?
Oh, do you know?
Aim.
Okay, I can answer this really succinctly.
What's your vision?
Oh, good answer. Yeah.
I'm not going to answer it on this podcast because it's far too...
And no, it was simple. It's very straightforward. The vision of the gym is to build a gym, that you and I are proud of. Because if you remember what we took over, right?
It was a shit
We were proud the day that we walked in because we said
'Cause we had a gym.
it's our space.
Yeah.
And then we realised how shit it
How
was.
shit that space was, yeah.
And from that day onwards, we've strived to create the best gym we can create within the economic constraints, the reality of running the gym.
Yeah.
Right. We always do the best, the very best we can, and there will always be financial constraints, but it's not about making maximum amounts of money because otherwise you'd never open a gym. But it is about delivering an experience that we're proud of. We want to create a gym that we want to work out in. That's as simple
On
as
the
that.
week after we go live with Phoenix, we will be launching a podcast which is called the Phoenix Culture Podcast. And that goes into far more detail. It's far less laughy and jokey and goes into far more detail about what we are, who we are, what we believe in. And this isn't just us, this is people that train in the gym. So you'll have, members on there, staff members on there, people that have influenced us and our vision for this gym. That's what that is all about. It's a big conversation. But if I was to sum it up, it's that commercial gyms are shit. Most of them. I could name them, I'm not going to bother. But they're shit, mostly. Yes, they're convenient. You get apps. They're 24-hour access. They take your DD on time. Great. They're all convenient, but they're garbage. And they treat their members like children. They put shit equipment in it. The whole thing feels like a hospital. It's awful. We've all been to them. They suck. We can give them all that convenience, as we do at the moment, 24-hour systems, apps, ease of use payment systems, all of that stuff. But the gym doesn't have to be fucking shit. That's it. It's as simple as that.
And you've kind of touched on it, but what would you say inspired both of you on getting into the gym business and what motivates you to keep going?
there are several deep conversations behind this. So me and Dad were big into the gym. We don't always look like it. We've just spent the best part of 2 years building a business, which has had a huge toll on us and our ability to find time to train and the energy to train and stuff like that. But, there were a time when both of us were in really good shape and we trained all the time, a couple of times a day sometimes.
I started lifting when I was probably, 19. Just met your mum. Which is a long time ago.
Yeah, we were talking like stones.
Ted Brown powerlifting
dinosaur
gym.
next to him.
and it was the 3 big lifts. And you talk about people that influence you. You go, yeah, like
with your mates Barney Rubble.
Exactly. Yeah. Fucking cheeky ass you are. But
yeah.
I remember you couldn't. Well, you didn't have the internet, so that was all. You just had like magazines that came over from the US.
Your dad thought you were gay because you had like pictures of oiled up men underneath.
Yeah, because the only real magazine was Muscle and Fitness, and the only place you could get it was in like certain shops, and it cost a fortune back in them days. So I used to have to save all my money up just to buy these magazines. But it's when you get into Serge Nubret and Mike Menzer and all the guys that influenced me back in the days, and I loved lifting back then, and I was big into it, and I've never not been big into the gym.
And then we started doing it together.
But you have a family, and you end up with fucking this sitting next to me. But we trained every day during lockdown, every single day. We didn't miss a day.
I had a funny old journey in my 20s, and I'm sure we'll do a podcast. The intention is to do a podcast.
Funny? I don't remember laughing.
No, it was a hell of a journey, and I will go into it. But that brought me to the gym, and it fucking changed my life completely.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
And it did very similar for you
Changing
as well.
my life, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And we know the impact that this can have on people, and we understand. Look, we both come from business backgrounds. That's why we talk the way we do. It's why we have a very good understanding of the commercial nature of businesses like this. But we also understand gyms, and we understand what people actually want out of gyms, as opposed to some of the more traditional gyms that are out there that are just being designed by guys in suits sitting in the centre of London who never fucking use them. So we have something different to offer to this. So we believe that we have something different to offer, and that was the vision, wasn't it? So yeah, that's why we got into it.
But the vision is to be the very best that we can be, and we'll not stop trying to achieve that.
Correct.
What's the point?
Yeah,
there'll never be a point where we stop, will there?
No, I think people always say to us,
we're not going to go, right, done.
Are you done? And you go, well, look, Wellingborough might reach a point eventually where we go, look, done on the back areas.
But I don't see
there'll always be development.
Evolve.
There'll always be development. The fitness industry is moving multiple times a year. There's always new trends, new things that people are latching onto. And as you guys have already seen, we're not one of those gyms where we stick equipment in. You go 10 years later, you've left that gym, you come back and they've still got 4-pin iPhone connectors from 2012 on their treadmills because they don't invest in their equipment. Look, we're up to date on this. We've set the business up in a way where we can chop and change equipment, move things out, and we're set up to reinvest in this thing. We will keep our ear to the ground. And look, us two may move on to the larger brand and other locations, and we ultimately have goals to do that, but we'll always put people in those gyms that believe in the very thing we believe in and want to move this brand forward. So yeah, is that it?
That's everything.
Cool. I think that was the best episode yet.